Hi, Tech Coach Gina here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a quiz in BlockSurvey. And I have one example here, and I'm comparing it to a Google Forms quiz. So in this case, it's an animal test, and my husband, who is a boss, uses this to help see if people work well together, different types and personalities. So here we have what he entered into Google Forms, and Google Forms isn't necessarily HIPAA compliant, so if you need something like that, then maybe BlockSurvey would be a good alternative. So in this case, there are 20 questions and it's multiple choice. Let's go ahead and look at what this comes from. This is adapted from Dr. Larry Little, and it's a personality profile. I'm just using this for an example and not for any commercial purpose. I just kind of liked this when I took it. Let's go ahead and see if we can create something like this in BlockSurvey. So this is a premium account of BlockSurvey. You can find it by going to techdoneforyou.com/BlockSurvey, which is my affiliate link. You'll find a discount code for 20% off if you're upgrading in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get started. This is my first impression. I'm going to click on Create from Scratch. You can also create from a template if you would like, and there are a bunch of different templates here, so you can just scroll through them if you wanted to find a quiz template, but I'm just going to go ahead and create it from scratch. So create from scratch. You'll put in a title, so animal test, private. You could put a private note in there if you want to. Welcome screen. You can probably put in the directions. So in this case, you're going to have to place an X after the word that most often applies to you. Daring, lively, logical, flexible is the first one, and there are 20 questions. So let me type this out and put it in the introduction. Okay, so I adapted this a little bit because the rows may not look exactly the same as the printed version. So I just put some directions here. You could put start or you could customize this. Okay, so I'm going to add a question. Let's go to add question. You can do choose single, which I think would work well for this. You could choose multiple. You also have all these other options. And in this case, I'm just going to stick with choose single, and I'll put in the question. So, which word most often applies to you? Option 1, daring. Option 2, lively. Let's see. Option 3, logical. Option 4, flexible. All right. So we have a preview right here. Let's go to logic map. Which word most often applies to you? This would go to a certain ending. Logic jump. We don't really need to do that. We're going to make this required. We don't need to have an other option. Let's see, logic jump. Jump to or show different questions based on answers. Assignment, assign a score or points. Okay, add assignment. Okay, so if it's Daring, we could add a condition and assign a score. So the scoring would correspond to the scoring sheet. So here we have the sheet. So we'll have to figure out if daring applies to lion, etc. So there is actually a scoring sheet right here. So each word corresponds to the animal. So you'll put lion for daring. So let's go over here. Let's just take a look at this. We don't really see the scoring here in Google Forms. So which word is most often applies to is daring, assign score. Let's see. Let's score name, lion, assign text, lion, text variable. I don't know if we need to assign text or not. I might have to play with this a little bit. So by default, assigned points or scores will be summed up to score an expression. Use the assignment name to score it independently. Okay, so I will just put this, just score it for 1. And we might have to add more conditions. So add an assignment if it's, let's look at the answer key, lively, it's going to correspond to a monkey. So let's go to lively. Let's make it a 2. Okay. And let's look at the scoring sheet again. Logical will be camel. So when you're putting this together, you don't necessarily want to take it right after, if you remember which words correspond to which personality. If you're going to test it yourself, at least, you won't be very surprised. So if the word is logical, let's give it a 3, and it will be camel. And last one, let's take a look at it. Flexible is turtle. So let's go to flexible. We'll give that a 4, and turtle. All right. So we've got the first question, and we've added in some logic for the answers. Feedback. I guess we could add feedback if we wanted to. So it's a selection, and that's fine. This is saved as we're going, so I'm going to go in and add all 20 questions and then come back and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've inserted all 20 questions, and I did this by cloning each question and then customizing it based on the scoring sheet. And I'll test this out in another video, but for now, let's preview it. Let's take a look at the submit screen. So redirect logic, we could have a message here, or let's do receive confirmation, parent redirect. So you have a couple different options here. So confirmation, okay. So I might not need a confirmation, but if you do have a website, you could put that on. So messages. Okay, report abuse. All right, so thank you for your time. Call to action, you could have a URL and something else here if you wanted. So let's preview this. And you could look in the various layouts. I don't really like conversational for a quiz, but I think one at a time is fine. You could toggle through these and pick them and go to the next and then see what you get. So I'm going to take this really quick and just see if my logic was right. Which word often applies to you? Calm. Strong-willed. Let's see, I'm just kind of going off the seat of my pants. So let's see, I haven't really thought about these too much, but I'm pretty sure I know what I am. So let's find out. I'm going to put active, steady, detailed, list maker, devoted, loyal, quiet, hard to please, angered easily, isolated, let's say loner, workaholic, headstrong, critical. Okay. And let's say moody. You're done. Thank you for your time. Now, probably in the confirmations, I would want to go back and figure out the results, how to display the quiz results. Sometimes people get emailed their quiz results, or sometimes it's on a thank you page. So I might have to study this a little bit more. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications so that you don't miss the next video. And let me know in the comments if you have any other topics you'd like to see tech videos on. Have a great day.